You want to be happy in life. That's what you're looking for. Thank you very much for clicking this nice clickbait thumbnail. Well, the question really is how do you become happy, and why are you not happy? Or maybe you are, like, maybe you're one of these very rare people that are actually completely happy with the way everything is, but most likely you're not, and you're looking to be happy. We are always looking to be happy. Every human being, and as far as I know, every being on this planet always strives to be happy and joyful. So I'm thinking it's an inherent function in the way the universe works. And there are several aspects I like to point out here. So, in my opinion, you are a spiritual being that is more than just the body, and is more than just, thoughts and emotions and so on. You are something that is, in a sense, bigger and independent from your complete system. What you really are, which is impossible to define and to grasp, you could say it's like the eternal witness. That is a term that is sometimes used. That is something that is not dependent on your body, and is not dependent on thoughts or on emotions. It is that what currently recognizes what's happening right now in this video. And we become identified with so many things, and society has imprinted on us so much bullshit. And I think for most Western or civilized people, the quest must be to deinstall all these programs, to delete all the wrong belief systems, all the wrong ways in which you kind of have to behave. There is so many limitations put onto us, and I think that's a big part of what makes us unhappy. It's all the you have to, you must not, you shall, you should. All these are just opinions from other people that maybe never reflected really on them. And while it is true that, certain laws or, rules that we agree upon are generally kind of okay, like some laws are actually okay. But if you really think about it, even if you commit a murder or something, like, the universe doesn't stop you from doing this. Society does, yes. And in a sense, on a relative level, it's kind of wrong. But in the absolute sense, you're completely free to do whatever you want to do. And that's what we're striving for. I mean, if you can understand that we're unlimited beings, then yeah, if you're being restricted in such a big way, yeah, of course you try to escape that. You try to grow bigger than this cage that has been built, I mean, by you and by society. And we try to reconnect with what we really are, which is beyond this three-dimensional thing. And I think that's actually the reason why, like, if you're, let's say, depressed or unhappy with a situation or whatever, I mean, I'm not talking about the short-term happiness. Oh yeah, I just had sex. No, I'm talking about the long-term being happy, like, in general, not just for a short time frame, but for the rest of your life. So to get there, we try to consciously or subconsciously reconnect with the source. You may call that the universe or God or higher self, I don't know what. But for some reasons that I may only speculate why that is, we have split up into different parts. You call yourself one part, and I call myself one part. But the root is the same thing. We're kind of connected by the same ground and encompassed by the same ground, which is the universe, all that is. So there is not really separation. It's a big illusion. I think the function of depression and feeling empty and not being happy, at least one of the functions, the main function, is to make you think, what is the problem here? Like, what did I miss? And if you think about children, then you will see that if you don't interrupt with the way they are, they will usually be happy and joyful all the time. They will run around, have a lot of energy and a lot of, fire. They are curious. All of these attributes. And I think we want to become like that again. And in my opinion, the way to get there, although you will be, of course, more evolved than a child, but the way to get there is to get rid of all these programs that society has put upon us and all the wrong belief systems that you hold, or the limiting beliefs, or the I should not. And also, I mean, even if you're in physical or mental pain right now, even if you have cancer, even if you have a severe depression, just be aware for one moment. It is okay in this moment. It is absolutely okay the way it is. That may sound strange depending on whether you have some understanding already or not, but think about this. If you're resisting the way the universe works, you are creating this resistance. And do you honestly think that you, with your tiny little boat, that you may also call your body, that you can resist the ocean? So the ocean is actually trying to help you into a certain direction, which in my opinion is enlightenment. It's always enlightenment, freedom, and joy, and growth. It's always in a good way. But if you resist, like, we have the choice. It's a strange thing. We have the choice. We can resist this flow of life, which is a very special function of the human being. But at some point, I think you should realize, and maybe the point is now, that this resisting of what is actually destroys you. Like, there's this proverb going like, you can't resist the wave, but you can learn how to ride it. And I think that's a very good proverb, because, well, if you resist, you destroy yourself. And there are, some things you can change and some things you cannot. And it also requires some wisdom to understand at what point can you actually change something, and at what point do you have to give it or just let it go and let the universe handle it. And it's a quality, I must say, I didn't have a few years ago. It's a quality that I also need to develop. It's like intuition and like saying, oh no, everything will be fine. Like, I can't change it, so why would I waste my energy on something that I cannot change? So I would just give it away to the universe. So I think that's a skill that we need to either learn or to remember this skill. And so that's why I think in the long run, everybody is on a spiritual path. And it's just a question of, are you intelligent enough? Are you strong enough to accept that and to get rid of unuseful patterns that you still hold in your system? Because I think even if you have all the wealth that you want, even if you have all, I don't know what you want, like if you have the sex or fame, if you have all that, chances are you will still not be happy. Because whether or not you are constantly, let's say, constantly happy or in a state of balance, maybe that's a slightly better term to deliver what I want to say. So if you're constantly in balance, it has to do with your attitude towards things. There are so many things in the outside which you cannot change. And do you want to be destroyed every time something painful happens or something sad happens? Like, I think, even the enlightened masters, they may be sad and they may be angry, and that's okay, It's just like, are you attached to that, or are you putting resistance to that? I can very well see a lot of scenarios where a perfectly balanced human being becomes angry, and that's okay. It's accepting what is. That is something really important. Learning to let go, learning to accept. And I hope that you will find some videos on my channel that help you with this. Also, I'm happy that you clicked this thumbnail, because I got an intuitive hunch to create this very thumbnail to attract certain people. And the fact that you're watching this far, the fact that you're hearing this very sentence, is not coincidence. And I like that. I like that you found this piece of information, because that means it's very helpful for you right now to remember something or to understand something. And I hope that you find more useful information, and that I can somehow be helping you, giving you tools that bring you out of your, let's say, rut or ignorance or unhappiness. Because eventually and in the end, you have to walk that path. Even if you have all the insights, if you have all the tools, and you already have a lot of tools, you still need to apply it, which may be the bigger challenge. You actually have to embody that knowledge and that wisdom. Otherwise, it's just mental concepts, and you will still continue in your old negative patterns, and will still be unhappy and still feel some emptiness. So, rest assured, there's a reason why you feel like you feel. And eventually, just by watching this video, this is the initial ignition that you need to either start or continue on your spiritual path. And as I said, I hope you find a lot useful information on my and on other channels. Please like and subscribe, and I wish you the very best for your life.